This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
Hi, I'm Cindy Harris, and today I'm making a Mediterranean chopped salad. What makes a chopped salad different from other types of salad is that the ingredients are usually pretty much around the same size and shape. So in this salad, I'm going with a Mediterranean flair. Lots of Kalamata olives, feta cheese, fresh lemon, and lots of olive oil. Now, when you're going to make this chopped salad, there's a couple of ways you can do it. I'm going to be serving my salad right after I make it, so I'm actually going to make the dressing in the bowl and then build the rest of the ingredients on top of it. If you were going to serve the salad later, what you could do is make the salad dressing in a separate little container and then add it to the salad later, so whichever works for you. But to start, I like to get 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. That's going to be the acid in our salad dressing. So I'm going to run that through my strainer to catch any of the little seeds. And then I'm going to measure out 2 tablespoons and just put that right in my big bowl. And you'll notice I'm using a really big bowl. When I make a salad, I like an extra big bowl. It's easier to toss everything together with. Then I'm going to take my lemon halves and I'm going to run my microplaner off of it. And I want to end up with about a half a teaspoon of lemon zest. Now this is one of the reasons why I love using this microplaner. See how it collects all the zest on top? Then I can just take my measuring spoon and collect it, and there I've got just about a half a teaspoon. And then I'm going to put the lemon zest in with the juice. Now I'm going to use a little whisk, and I'm going to whisk that zest in with that juice. Now this is a little unusual for vinaigrette, but I'm just going to put about a teaspoon of a light mayonnaise and a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And I'm going to use my whisk, and I'm going to whisk that into the lemon. Then I'm going to mince in 1 clove of garlic. And again, I'll use my little whisk and whisk that in really well. I'm going to add a pinch of salt and some fresh ground pepper. Now for the oil, I'm going to put in 6 tablespoons of olive oil. Now you can see the olive oil doesn't want to go into the rest of the ingredients very graciously. So I'm going to take my whisk and I'm going to start in one area, and then I'm just going to kind of move the whisk around on the bowl to bring that dressing together. Now we have our dressing in the bowl. I'm going to start putting my ingredients in. Now the first thing I'm going to add is 1 can of garbanzo beans, and I've drained these really well. Next we're going to be adding some Kalamata olives, and if you can find them already pitted for you, that makes this really easy. Because this is a chop salad, we need to chop all of our ingredients so that they're around the same size. So I'm going to take and chop up the Kalamata olives, and then I want to measure out 1/3 of a cup. And I kind of pack the olives in because I really like the flavor of these. And I'm going to add those in with my beans. Now I'm going to mince some red onion. And when we say mince, we do mean that. It needs to be on the fine side, again, because it's a chopped salad. Then I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup of those red onions in my bowl. Next, I want to get a hothouse cucumber, or sometimes they call these an English cucumber. And the reason I like to use these for this salad is because, as you can see, these cucumbers have a really thin skin, so you don't need to peel them. And you can see the seeds are really tiny, so you don't have to seed them, so they're really easy to deal with. Now I'm going to chop these up, and again, I want them to be on the finer side. So I'm going to split the cucumber in half, and then I'm going to cut each half in 4ths. So I get a really thin spear. Then I'm going to gather these together, and then I'm going to run my blade through them. And you can see I end up with a nice size chop of cucumber. And I'm going to do that to both halves. Then I'm going to take all that cucumber and add that to my bowl. I'm going to add some tomato to this salad, and I like to use these little small cherry, or sometimes they call them grape tomatoes. They have really good flavor. And I have about 1.5 cups of them. And I'm going to take each tomato and I'm going to cut it in quarters, so they're going to be very tiny. Now this kind of preparation, it may seem a little bit tedious, but this is what makes a chopped salad where all the pieces are about the same size. I have all my tomatoes chopped up and they're going in my bowl. Next I'm going to add some feta cheese, and I'm going to measure out 3/4 cup of crumbled feta. I have all these great ingredients in my bowl. I like to mix this with tongs because that's what I'm going to toss it with when I get the lettuce in. So take a moment and get all of those incredible flavors mixed in with that dressing in the bottom. Now you could cover this with plastic and maybe put it in the fridge for maybe an hour or so and then add the lettuce. That would work out fine, and that would give the vegetables a little time to marinate in your dressing, which would be really good. But tonight I need to serve this for dinner, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the salad off right now. Now the lettuce part of our salad, I'm using 1 head of romaine lettuce, and I've taken off a lot of the tough kind of leathery outer leaves, and I have just these nice green leaves. But I do have a whole head of it. Now I've already trimmed it, so what you can see I'm doing is I'm bundling it up in my hand like this, and I'm going to run my knife through it, making small cuts. Again, it's a chopped salad, so we want to have our lettuce be fairly chopped up. Now as you see, I get towards these outer leaves and the pieces get a little bit bigger. So the way I'm going to deal with that is then I'm just going to run my blade the other way and chop those in half. And then if I see any big pieces, like say this is really too big for a chopped salad, I'm just going to take my knife and chop it up. Then it's time to add all that chopped lettuce to my bowl. Now it's time to take my tongs and really toss this salad up well. We want that dressing to cover everything. Now as I toss my salad, you can see that the pieces look pretty uniform in size, and that's what makes this a chopped salad. Now I want to show you an option to this Mediterranean chopped salad. I get some chicken. Sometimes you can get a roast chicken already at the store, or if you have leftover roast chicken, and I just tear it up and then I add that into the salad. So you have this really great chicken with the chopped salad. It makes a nice meal. And then one last thing before I serve this salad, I like to give it a little bit more ground black pepper. Well, if you'd like to try this Mediterranean chopped salad at home, just go to our website and I'll have the recipe there for you. And as always, if you have any questions, please send me an email. I'll see you next time.